Archangel Michael says, listen to me now. You don't have time to wonder if this is coincidence. You don't have time to scroll past this warning like it's any ordinary message. I have been sent to your house for this exact moment, and I will not leave until you understand the urgency of what's happening outside your walls. There is a woman watching your house. Every night, same hour, same tree, same parking spot. She doesn't wave. She doesn't get out of her car. She doesn't make a scene. No. Her method is more dangerous than that. She wants you to believe she's harmless. She wants you to think she's just passing time. But I see through the disguise. I see what she's really doing. I see what she's really holding. Her eyes are not innocent. Her visits are not accidental. Her presence is not unnoticed in heaven. For the last 7 days, I have circled your home with my sword drawn. For the last 7 nights, I have watched her sit beneath that tree with something in her hands. It is not a phone. It is something she believes can open spiritual doors. Something she believes gives her power over your house, your family, and your future. But I have come to intercept it. I have come to expose it before it touches your door. She is recording but not for memory. She is collecting but not for herself. What she gathers each night is meant to build a case against you, not in court but in the spirit. She whispers names into that device. She repeats phrases she was taught in secret. Circles. She speaks your name as if she owns it. But I tell you this, she holds no authority in heaven. You felt the unease. You noticed the flicker in the lights. You heard the creak on the porch when no one was supposed to be there. You thought it was your imagination, but it wasn't. That was me pressing into your atmosphere, trying to wake you up. Don't skip this. Don't explain it away again. The woman's car smells of smoke. Not just from cigarettes, but from incense burned in darkness. Her hands shake when she writes, not because she's afraid of you, but because the spirits guiding her are restless. They grow agitated each night she leaves empty-handed. They want access. They want agreement. They want you unaware. But now you are aware. And now I am involved. 45 minutes. That's all the time left before her next attempt. 45 minutes before her influence tries to press past your threshold. 45 minutes before heaven steps in or you allow the door to stay unlocked through ignorance. Hear me, this is not paranoia, this is preparation that I have stood by silent watchers before that I know their patterns. I know their schemes. She believes you are weak, easy, unaware. She believes you have no angel defending you, but she is mistaken, for I, Michael, stand guard tonight that you've wondered why your pets grow uneasy at dusk, that you've questioned why the neighbor's dog barks toward the tree, not at passing cars, that you've noticed the way conversation dies when you bring up certain topics around certain people. These are not accidents. These are warnings. I have marked her movements in the spirit. I have traced her intentions through the veil. I see the face she hides behind politeness. I see the hand she extends while cursing you under her breath. What she writes down is not a diary entry. It's a blueprint for intrusion. She does not know the forces she's awakening. But I do, and so do you. You asked heaven for protection. This is your answer. You asked for clarity. This is it. You asked for proof that something wasn't right. This is the proof wrapped in urgency. Listen to me, child. The clock is not just counting minutes. It is counting spiritual opportunities. If you ignore this, her next step will come closer to your doorstep. If you act now, you will see my hand move before midnight. Do not speak to her. Do not confront her. This is not a battle of words. This is a battle of obedience. Obey the warning. Prepare your house in prayer. Cover your family in light. Close doors you've left open in bitterness, anger, or fear. I cannot guard what you will not surrender. Tonight, I stand between her and your home. But I need your faith to activate the full shield I bring. I do not move without permission. Heaven waits for your agreement. Do not let the fear of man override the fear of God. Do not let polite ignorance blind you to spiritual war. You are not helpless. You are not alone. You are not vulnerable when you stand in the authority given to you. I tell you this, she came with plans for harm, but she will leave empty-handed. Because now you know, now you see, now you understand that this is bigger than a woman in a car. This is about territory. This is about dominion. This is about breaking the foothold of watchers and takers from your life. 45 minutes, that is all. The hour is turning. The veil is thinning. The decision is yours. Will you act? Will you believe? Will you prepare? Or will you allow what watches to walk closer? As for me, I will not leave until this battle is done. Michael is near your house tonight. Michael has drawn his sword. Michael is waiting for your answer. Type 444. If you receive this protection now. Archangel Michael says, listen, listen closely now. What she holds in her hands is not what you think. It is not a phone. It is not a harmless notebook. It is not something ordinary. And it is not something innocent. It is a tool meant to unlock something in the spiritual realm. A tool she was given by hands darker than she understands. Hands that hate your light. Hands that envy your covering. Hands that cannot reach you unless you allow her to open the door. Each night as she sits in silence under the shadow of that tree, she clutches this object tighter. She speaks names into it. She whispers incantations she barely comprehends. She draws symbols with trembling fingers, hoping to invoke favor from the unseen. But she forgets one thing. I am watching. She thought no one would see her. She was wrong. I have seen her every evening. I have heard every word. I have traced every movement. What she carries is wrapped in deception. What she records is not for her eyes alone. It is sent, spiritually transferred, reported to places and people you do not see. She believes she is gathering information, but in truth she is attempting to plant curses. To collect weaknesses to open a portal she thinks gives her access to your peace, your health, your home. But I have stood in the doorway. I have intercepted what she sends. I have blocked what she buries beneath her breath. I have returned her arrows to send her before they ever reached your doorstep. Yet hear me now. This is your final warning. Her persistence grows because she believes you are vulnerable. She believes you are unaware. She believes your defenses have lowered because she has not seen you rise in authority. She mistakes your silence for absence. But I am not absent. I am here watching, guarding, speaking, commanding. Tonight, if you dare look beyond the veil, you would see how many spirits encircle that vehicle. You would see the tension of invisible warfare waging on the soil beneath your home. You would hear the whispers trying to push through cracks you forgot to seal. But I am sealing them now. With every word I speak through this message, I am fortifying the edges of your existence. I am drawing lines in light that no darkness can cross without permission. Do not underestimate the power of small objects in the hands of those who serve darkness. Do not laugh off this warning. Many before you did. Many thought it superstition, imagination, paranoia, and many have suffered because they ignored the first sign. That is why heaven sent me. That is why this message found you. Because what she holds is not just paper. It is not just metal. It is a conduit, a carrier, a silent key. But tonight, I am breaking the lock. Tonight, I am shattering the agreement made behind your back. Tonight, I am exposing what was hidden beneath mundane routine. Her device glows faintly when she thinks no one watches. A glow not of technology, but of energy summoned through whispers and chants. She believes it gives her control. She believes it gives her insight. She believes it opens paths into your life. But I tell you this truth, nothing opens without heaven's permission. Nothing touches you unless I allow it. And I do not allow it. Not tonight. Not ever again. You wonder why you felt weary without reason. You wonder why your dreams have been restless. You wonder why shadows seem to move where none should be. It is because of the door she's been knocking on without your knowledge. A door I am slamming shut now with force. With finality, with holy fire. She holds pages written in ink that fades from sight but screams in spirit. She traces your name like a weapon. She thinks your story can be rewritten without your consent. But I hold the pen. I hold the record. I hold the authority. And I say no. Hear me. I do not give warnings lightly. I do not speak without cause. What you do in these next moments determines the strength of your protection. Pray. Declare. Close the gaps. Anoint your thresholds. Speak words of light over your home. Reject fear. Reject confusion. Reject the whispers that tell you this is silly. This is nothing. For it is not nothing. It is a seed. And if left unchecked, it would take root. But now you know. Now you see. Now you act. And when you act, heaven responds. 45 minutes. The countdown still ticks. The moment of exposure draws near. What she intended for harm will now serve as your evidence, your confirmation, your proof that what you sensed was real. Do not go outside to confront her. Do not war in flesh. War in spirit. Stand in authority. Stand in light. Stand knowing Michael is near. I will not let her cross the boundary. I will not let her enter through deception. But you must not invite her through ignorance. Say this aloud where you are. My home belongs to the Lord. My life is shielded by the angels. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No darkness may enter without facing the sword of heaven. Say it and believe it. Say it and watch the winds change. Say it and know you are protected. What she holds will lose its power before the sun rises. What she plots will unravel in her own hands because you are no longer unaware. You are no longer vulnerable. You are no longer alone. Michael stands guard. Michael watches from the gates. Michael has spoken. Type 777 to declare breakthrough is yours. Heaven watches who believes. Archangel Michael says, listen and listen well. You are not imagining this. You are not paranoid. You are not losing your grip on reality. You are waking up. What you sense lurking beneath the surface, heaven has already seen. What you feel pressing against your home each night is not unseen by the courts of heaven. I have stood watch and I have documented every shadow, every whisper, every scheme moving beneath the veil. This is not merely about a woman in a car. This is not merely about her strange object. This is about something deeper. This is about a plot that began long before this week, long before this month. This is about a battle over your destiny, your peace, your household. She is just the pawn. The real enemy hides deeper. What heaven sees is not just her watching your house. Heaven sees who sent her. Heaven sees the jealousy wrapped in human skin. Heaven sees the conversations had behind closed doors, the ones you suspected but could never prove. Heaven hears the prayers spoken against your name in secret. Not prayers of blessing but curses disguised as concern. Not prayers of protection, but chants masked in false light. There is someone in your circle who is not as they appear. Someone whose smile does not reach their spirit. Someone whose words are dipped in honey, but whose heart is soaked in bitterness. They whispered about you in rooms you've never entered. They plotted delays against you because your success exposes their failure. They sent this watcher to monitor your movements, to gather spiritual evidence to use against your future. Heaven sees it all, and heaven has had enough. I did not draw my sword tonight for sport. I drew it for war, for you. I have been authorized to break the hidden agreements made in darkness. Concerning your name. Agreements that said you would stay small. You would stay trapped. You would stay bound in cycles of confusion and fear. But I bring news from the throne. Those agreements are now null and void. Listen to me. You felt the heaviness when you wake. You've noticed the silence that falls when you enter the room. You've heard your name spoken in dreams. Names you didn't expect, tied to voices you thought you trusted. These are not coincidences. These are warnings. These are heavens. Attempts to wake you before it was too late. Tonight, I tell you clearly, what was done in secret is about to come into the light. What was plotted in shadows will be exposed by dawn. What was hidden beneath layers of deceit will be revealed through accidental words, through sudden messages, through moments that will feel too precise to be random. The enemy does not fear your hands. The enemy fears your awakening. The enemy fears what happens when you realize who stands with you, who fights for you, who guards your destiny with a blade forged in heaven's fire. I tell you again, do not go to war with flesh and blood. Do not waste energy confronting people when I have already begun to deal with spirits. Your weapons are not earthly. Your power is not in confrontation. Your power is in declaration. Declare this aloud. No shadow may cross my threshold. No word against me shall take root. I break every chain formed in secret. I cancel every plot whispered in darkness. My home is covered. My name is cleared. My future is protected. Michael stands at my gate. Do not fear the exposure. Do not fear the unraveling of false alliances. Let what is hidden come to light. For only then can the truth set you free. Heaven is pulling back the curtain. Heaven is speaking through sudden signs. Heaven is rearranging what you thought was settled. Prepare yourself. In the coming hours, you will see people act strange. You will notice patterns shift. You will hear things not meant for your ears, but heard by divine permission. You will recognize faces you trusted begin to show cracks. Not because they slipped, but because heaven allowed it. Your protection is in your obedience now. Your victory is in your awareness. Do not entertain fear. Do not give space to doubt. Stand firm knowing this. If heaven is revealing it, then heaven has already conquered it. The watcher outside holds no power here. The whispers in shadow hold no authority here. The ones who sent her will see their plans crumble because I stand guard because I am here. Because I have declared your protection. And no force beneath heaven can override my command. 45 minutes is not just about time. It is about obedience. Will you listen now? Will you pray now? Will you believe now? Will you take up the authority you've been given and close the doors they thought were open? This is not superstition. This is strategy. This is not fear-mongering. This is spiritual warfare. I did not come to play. I came to protect. I came to defend. I came to ensure you rise above this attack untouched, unshaken, unafraid. Your house is under watch, but not by them. By me, by heaven, by hosts unseen, but fully engaged. Say this aloud before the next hour turns. My God defends me. My angels surround me. No plan formed against me shall prosper. Michael stands with me, and I will not fear the night. The woman will leave. The watchers will scatter. The whispers will fade. Because you chose to believe, because you chose to act. Because you chose to align with heaven's authority. Type 444. If you receive this covering. Now, Archangel Michael says, now listen to me carefully. I am not near your house tonight by accident. I am not standing guard out of curiosity. I am here because heaven has dispatched me for your defense, and my sword is not drawn in vain. Do you understand the weight of this moment? Do you grasp the urgency of this hour? What you thought was simply an inconvenience. What you brushed off as a strange feeling is in fact a spiritual battle unfolding at your very doorstep. 45 minutes. That was not a number pulled from chance. That was a countdown from heaven. A divine window, a final chance for you to recognize the unseen war moving through the air around your home. What has been circling you stops here tonight. I am not only guarding, I am confronting. The spirits that sent her, the whispers that have tried to infiltrate, the hands that wrote your name in darkness, they all face my blade now. You don't need to fight this with your hands. You don't need to match threats with threats. Your strength is in knowing. This battle is already won in the spirit. Your power is in standing firm and declaring light over darkness. In choosing to believe that what heaven seals, no man, no demon, no darkness can unseal. Tonight, my sword cuts through the cords that were tying your peace to their plots. Tonight, my sword severs the connection between your house and their intentions. Tonight, my sword draws a line that cannot be crossed. You wondered why certain things kept falling apart at the last minute, why relationships grew cold without cause. Why opportunities vanished like smoke. Why your heart grew heavy even in moments of joy. It was not random. It was not natural. It was spiritual. It was strategic. And now it ends. I am clearing the air around you. I am closing doors you didn't even realize were open. I am silencing voices that spoke against you in secret rooms. I am reclaiming territory they thought belonged to them. Your home is not available for darkness. Your family is not vulnerable to their games. Your future is not subject to their timelines. Say this aloud. This house is covered. This heart is guarded. This name is protected. This future is sealed by heaven. Do not fear. Do not shrink back. Do not wonder if this is too much. It is not too much. It is exactly what was required to break the cycle once and for all. Tonight is not a night of defeat. Tonight is a night of victory. But victory only manifests when faith aligns with obedience. I have seen you struggle with doubt. I have watched you question whether you are truly chosen, truly protected, truly seen. Let this moment be your confirmation. You are not forgotten. You are not unguarded. You are not alone. Heaven moves on your behalf tonight. Not because you are perfect. Not because you've earned it, but because you are loved. Because you are marked. Because you carry a purpose too valuable to be left unguarded. The woman will not return after tonight. The watchers will lose interest after tonight. The whispers will fall silent after tonight. Why? Because I, Michael, have drawn my sword in defense of your name. What they tried to open has been closed. What they tried to plant has been uprooted. What they tried to record has been erased by the authority of heaven's decree. Your house is a house of light. Your walls echo with prayers, not curses. Your foundation rests on the rock, not on sand. You are safe. You are covered. You are delivered. But hear me. Do not return to fear. Do not reopen doors through bitterness, through gossip, through careless words. Stay in alignment. Stay under covering. Stay rooted in truth. Tonight, heaven has fought for you. Tonight, the sword has spoken. Tonight, protection has been secured. Say this aloud now. My house is watched by angels. My path is guarded by heaven's armies. My name is sealed in light. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Michael stands at my door and no darkness may enter. Let these words be like iron around your spirit. Let them be a wall the enemy cannot breach. 45 minutes ago you were unaware. Now you are awakened. Now you are protected. Now you are untouchable in the name of the Most High. Heaven moves for those who believe. Heaven covers those who listen. Heaven seals those who declare truth. Tonight is your evidence. Tonight is your shift. Tonight is your deliverance. Michael does not leave without completion. Michael does not retreat while darkness still lingers. Michael stays until the battle is finished. And tonight it is finished. Type 444. If you receive this protection now,